Google Ads versus SEO, which is more effective for salons? The confusion of people asking, should I be doing Google Ads or SEO or both? So back in 2005, people needed only 16 exposures to your brand before they were ready to start doing business with you. When it comes to SEO and Google Ads, the more hours you put in, the more output you get. So how we work is based on...
Welcome to Diary of the Search Queen, the go-to podcast for salon owners ready to ditch the algorithm and get found by their dream clients on Google. I'm Sonja Pototzki-Raymond, aka Sonja the Search Queen, founder of the Search Republic, and after helping salons generate millions in client bookings, I'm here to show you how to create a reliable, low-stress lead flow without living on your phone. Ready to stop chasing and start filling chairs with ease? Let's go.
Google Ads versus SEO, which is more effective for salons? The $1,000,000 question. So let me actually break that down for you today. The confusion of people asking, should I be doing Google Ads or SEO or both, is something I get asked so much. So I'm going to open up that can of worms today. And with regards to salon owners that are wasting time and money on the wrong strategy as well, we need to speak to this because there are so many salon owners that are spending incredible amounts of money doing the wrong thing that doesn't move the needle, and they have no way of tracking how the actual campaign is running, and that is another absolute no-no. Okay, so let's talk about Google Ads, right? So Google Ads, when clients come to me and they're like, okay, I don't know, should I be doing SEO or Google Ads? I ask them, what is their immediate need? If their immediate need is more bums on seats, then absolutely Google Ads is a non-negotiable. Okay, now there are multiple ways to skin a cat when it comes to Google Ads. You have search ads, which are the text ads that appear in the top few positions of Google. Then you also have graphic ads, whereby you can target people based on their interests, and we could have lovely before and after photos and with a lovely promotion to get them to click through on the banner, and then they actually end up resulting in a booking. The reality is, on the display campaigns, these graphic ads, you're targeting people at the very early stages of the buying cycle and they don't know yet that they need you. Now, by you doing the hard work and actually interrupting their buyer cycle, the reality is you will actually get the booking before they even start researching who they should go with, okay? Then we also have a remarketing campaign that works incredibly well for our salon owners as well, which is basically stalking people for a period of 60 days. So if they've been on your website and for whatever reason they haven't converted, they stalk you. The banners literally stalk you, and it will remind you to come back in and make that booking. And the reality is, everything with marketing needs to be top of mind in this day and age because of the mere exposure effect.
Quick break. If you're a salon owner, sick of posting every day with nothing to show for it, or you're staring at the gaps in the books again next week, well, we can help. So book a free call with my team using the link in the show notes, and let's map out a Google strategy that brings in dream clients without the daily hustle. Now, back to the episode.
So back in 2005, people needed only 16 exposures to your brand before they were ready to start doing business with you. Now in 2025, we're heading for 30 exposures that people need to have with your brand before they start talking to you, because the digital environment and the digital landscape is so noisy because everyone's promoting their stuff. Buy my thing, buy my this, buy my that. Okay. So in order to stand out, you need to have top of mind. You need to be top of mind. You need to have cut through. You need to be doing something that nobody else is doing. And that, my friend, is where Google Ads plays an important part of your overall lead strategy. Now, if it comes to that, you already have capacity sorted, but you also are playing the long game with growing your salon on Google, and you're planning potentially on expanding your salon, all of the above, right? SEO is a great strategy because SEO is a long game. You're not going to see results straight away with Google Ads. Typically what we see is that the ads pay for themselves and they make profit on top after the first 90 days. When it comes to SEO, it is a longer term strategy and it takes time to get that result, because if you think about it, when it comes to Google Ads, you are paying to be in the first 3 positions of Google, 4 positions even, because you're paying a management fee like an agency to us, for like us to manage the campaign for you, and then you pay Google for the ad spend. So every time somebody clicks on the ad, you are being charged. When it comes to SEO, it's just a management fee that we are just paying us to manage the entire SEO campaign. It first starts off with an audit and we identify all the obstacles, what's wrong with your actual website that is stopping you from being found by your dream client on Google. Okay. Then from that, of all of the insights that come out of that report, it is then formulated into a 12-month strategy. And then each month Our team knocks off all of the challenges with the website to ensure that then we can re-engineer the website to make sure you're being found by your ideal client on Google. Okay, so the reality is it just depends on where you're at with your growth journey. Some of our salons that are turning over around 20 to 25k a month, they usually start with just ads, and then once the ads start paying for themselves and they're starting to, okay, this is amazing, let's invest more, then we start investing into SEO. Then we have salons that come to us that are like turning over anything from 30 to 70 grand a month. Usually then we're like, okay, you're ready for SEO and Google Ads. We tend to invest in SEO and Google Ads directly with them. And then we have other salons that are like really, really high end salons that have big budgets, and they literally go up into our higher tiers, meaning that they want to put more effort into SEO and Google Ads. So when it comes to SEO and Google Ads, it's more, the more hours you put in, the more output you get. So how we work is based on the amount of hours that we put in, and that has to fit what the client can sustainably afford. But at the same time, the reality is in the initial few months, the goal is to make sure that we are doing the right thing by Google. What we tend to see is with these websites, when we start optimizing them for Google, Google loves these changes so much on the website that they start pushing you up in the rankings. From a long-term strategy point of view, it tends to become quite shorter. We usually say 6 to 12 months before you see an increase on rankings in SEO. Now, what we're seeing with Salon owners, it can happen a lot quicker because there is such little competition happening on Google. Now, the truth is, when it comes to SEO and Google Ads, if somebody asks me, which should I do first? If you have the budget, you really should do both, but you have to be in the right season. If you're a brand new startup salon, then SEO and Google Ads may not be the right strategy for you. In fact, I'd probably recommending a very small Google Ads campaign, with maybe 2 ad groups, rather than targeting everything else that you do because you can't afford it. But once ads starts paying for itself, we have clients that have partnered with us, different varying spectrums. And it's always based on where their growth journey, and then you can reinvest accordingly as your campaign progresses. Now we have salons as well that we do SEO and Google Ads for, and then they're like, okay, everything's so amazing, I'd rather not have to deal with the meta ads people as well. Can you run our meta ads for us as well? And we're like, sure, no problem at all. So what we actually do is actually take on meta for them as well. But we only take clients on for meta ads once we've actually nailed their Google strategy, because adding the meta ads into the bigger strategy, it actually just gives that more awareness piece, and also the goal would be to drive conversion. But again, meta ads plays a different aspect of where people are in their awareness journey for the problem it is that your salon would solve, if that makes sense. So the truth is, yes, you need both. Ads are the fuel for now, and your SEO is your engine for tomorrow. Okay, so think of like Google Ads as your rent. It can be expensive, but you can get a quick return. Now, when it comes to, do you know what? It's actually not that expensive now that I think of it for salons, because the cost per clicks are so cheap. So what I'm saying is that initially, because you do have your management fee and ad spend, whereas SEO, you just have that one fee monthly to optimize the campaign, but you don't have a double fee, if that makes sense. Now, when it comes to giving you an example of those, ads actually fill the chairs and SEO keeps them full for longer if you follow. So don't choose one or the other. Choose the mix that keeps your salon growing. And if you do need my help in giving you a recommendation, don't hesitate to book a call.
If today's episode spoke to your salon soul, then hit subscribe so you don't miss the next round of strategy and support. For more help filling your books without the burnout, then check the show notes and you'll find a link to the Search Republic, where we build simple Google strategies that actually work. And if we're not already connected, come and say hi to me on the gram at Sonja the Search Queen, and I'd love to hear what landed for you today.